What is up, everybody? Welcome to the bargain bin in typical Jacobus fashion. My computer is lagging like crazy, so there's no intro video because that's just how I roll apparently. So I'm going to bring in the man who loves the intro videos and he can share it for you.
Well, I haven't got it. Oh, yeah, I wish you'd bloody told me before, because then I would have set it up. Bloody hell. Hang on a sec. Right, hang on. In which case... Where have I got that? Bring Dave in!
While we wait, let's add Dave.
Yeah.
What is going on? My God!
I can't share sound because of the way my system's set up. I can't share sound. You know this.
It's a shambles.
It is a shambles.
We're the bargain bin. We got no song today, so you're gonna have to put up with us. Just like
Rob, you could sing it yourself.
Yeah. It's not as much fun if I just sing it. Let me send it to Davo.
I use Firefox, mate. I can't share audio.
You can't what? You can't share audio?
No, because I use Firefox, so it doesn't support the share audio feature.
Jacobus, get a grip.
Terrible, honestly.
Does that video not play?
It's just really laggy because I can't even open the Twitter chat at the minute. It's lagging that much.
Oh, that's not good. Mate, you need a computer. Get a new computer.
Dave, chug one and sing us a song.
I'm not gonna sing no song. I can't sing. Cannot sing.
I think it's because I've got 7 pages of colouring open at the minute for Twisted Fairy Tales.
Right. Put the live on hold. Right, emergency meeting. Jacobus, before the show, bloody close everything.
No, because I need to get these finished because people want the books that they backed.
Yeah, but you could like
anyway.
For an hour, like 1 hour, just save, close, and then reopen.
No.
Mike says use different browsers for different things. Why don't you use Chrome, Dave? Yeah, Dave, why don't you use Chrome?
I've always used Firefox. It didn't work. Except for that. I'm like, wow.
Oh, Dave's not wearing an eyesore for once. What happened to your sequin top?
Of pizza. And a nice shirt. Does
it have
which I like.
Does it have pineapple on it?
Wear it like a dressing gown, which is nice.
Does it have pineapple on it?
No, pepperoni.
No, I'm not talking about the pizza. I'm talking about the t-shirt.
Oh. No.
Anyway. So, yeah, everyone watching knows that we are the most unprepared show in the whole of the YouTubes. Yeah, I'll take the blame for that. I don't mind. So what are we doing today? We have 2 guests, I believe. Shall we bring them in and say hello?
I think we should before they run away.
Yeah, for hey.
That shirt is mine. It is. It's huge. I bought it because I was like, you know what? This thing is amazing. I've got like 3 of these. They were super cheap. I was like, I can like calm myself down and everything. It's amazing. Amazing. Because technically this is a pajama top. Like, well, it's not a pajama top. It's like what I wear for pajamas.
Hi, Dave.
It was hot when I got home. So I was like,
anyway.
You look as if you've lost weight. Yes, I do. What's your secret? I'm wearing bigger clothes.
He's got it. Easy.
Can
He wants to attack. Fuck you, Mike. Thank you for fucking.
Right, let's bring our first guest in.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, gentlemen.
Very nice to have you,
lady.
So lovely to be here. All right, me babbers.
Everyone loves that, man. I don't know what it is.
I think it's adorable.
Yeah.
It's original and unique, and nobody else does it. So.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, nobody else can now. I think he's got it copyrighted, hasn't he?
Trademark.
Actually, you bloody should. You should have it copyrighted, mate.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, if somebody could copyright the
put it in
smiley.
print in some kind of published way and date it.
Right. So,
You
Doris,
guys
Can I
could
make a
have
suggestion?
played Rob singing karaoke for your intro. I mean, that would have been rad.
Would have been,
that
yeah. If I'd
That
have
Rob.
had
Karaoke.
a bit of a heads
That's
up.
okay. He did way better than me. I totally butchered Patsy Cline's "Walking After Midnight" because she wasn't singing along with me, and I just tanked it. It was probably one of those brown mud things he was talking about on the stream.
Oh, Neve's back from walking the little.
Oh, poor dog.
Little shit of a-
Jacobus, bit of a suggestion. Save stuff, close it.
no, never. Out of sight, out of mind with me. If it's not there, it don't get done.
All right. But that means no, okay. It might be a bit difficult to play stuff then, eh? Right. Okay. So, who are you?
Do you want me to share my screen? What do you want?
I don't know. What have you got on it?
Which folder should I have open?
Damn.
Should we bring in our other guest as well, so they don't feel left out in the green room?
Camping.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Ah,
How's
there
it
you
going?
go. Come on, help us out here. Eudaimonia?
There's a plethora of ways you can pronounce it. They all work. Even if you Google it and you play it, you'll get multiple variations. It's either Eudaimonia, Eudaimonia, anyone works.
Okay,
How would
okay,
you
okay.
prefer we pronounce it?
Eddie.
Any of if you attempt it, that's enough for me.
Okay, that's good.
That's good to know.
Well, it's also kind of important to know if we're going to do the name in a haiku, because we've got to know how many syllables it's got, right?
I think either way you end up with 5.
Yeah.
No, wait. Eudaimonia would be 4.
Eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia is 5.
It is 5.
Eudaimonia.
One line.
Eudaimonia. Okay, then it's 5. Good.
There's a couple
Cool.
of really nifty haiku syllable counting sites where you can go in, and if you're really, really not sure,
Well,
I literally checked the 575 about 10 million times before I
There you go.
published.
There you go. That's my high-tech way of doing it.
That's all.
5.
Actually, that makes perfect sense to me. I was once drawing on a live stream with Rich Parada, and I asked him if he had ever had to count the digits on a hand. And he was like,
that's how I
yeah.
did mine. Like that. Yeah,
I've had
5.
to do that. But I'm not. I'm still learning. I'm still getting better at hands and feet.
Well, the first 2 books I put out were 125 sonnets across 2 books. So that's 125, 10 syllables each,
Cool.
10 lines each. So that's 1,250 lines of 10 syllables. And then they all have to be in iambic pentameter. So
The sonnet is the. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm kind of at an advantage over everybody. Oh no, wait, it's 14 lines, not 10.
I thought it was 14. It's square. That's the way it. I heard it once described. A sonnet is square. If you look at it, it should look
Right.
so wide and so high, so about square.
The sonnet is the poem structure I'm studying right now to write. I will write my first sonnet soon.
I actually have a science fiction based mini story, 4 pages long, written as a. What are you looking at Dave for? Written.
I'm waiting as people are talking. I'm like, I know that word. I don't know what that is. Until I can understand what people are saying. And
Written in the style of a sonnet.
That's awesome. Sonnets were mostly made popular by William Shakespeare, but a lot of people have done them.
Shakespeare. I like Shakespeare. I know that.
Yeah, you've probably read a few sonnets, Dave.
Probably.
Nah,
Not
he's a
knowing
film guy that doesn't even watch films.
He's possibly seen. God, what's his name? Matt Damon and
Oh,
Which one was that? That was Romeo and Juliet.
one?
That was Matt Damon.
yeah, I
wasn't it?
like that.
Oh yeah,
Roman.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there's
that
a
was-
sonnet or two in there.
That
I
was
saw The
DiCaprio.
Tempest.
Yeah,
I saw
DiCaprio was in
the
Romeo
man-
and Juliet.
Stewart on stage. That was
I
really
think
good.
you mean Leonardo DiCaprio.
You know, I always get those buggers mixed up. I
That's
don't
okay.
know why.
He was in neither that Romeo and Juliet or the Franco Zeffirelli one. Neither one is true to the wording or words of the entire play, but they're both really good movies. Sorry, my judgmental self came out. I'm not.
Not bad.
I'm not an abridgment type of girl. I'm like, I want the unabridged version of everything. The
Extended
writer
stuff.
in me.
I'm not going to make any jokes about there being lots of bridges in Venice.
You can make any jokes you want. I
Yeah.
can't. Speaking for me, I'm not going to speak for anyone else. I got really thick skin.
Come on, Rob. All the bad jokes you've made to this day, a couple more wouldn't hurt.
Alright, the gloves come off.
I mean, if we were going to stop you, we would have stopped you like on show number 2. If I'm honest.
Those don't even
No,
bother me, and my heaviest was 380.
What?
Had a
Look at
heavy
James'
what?
face. He's like,
You're heaviest what?
wait, I used to weigh 380
Oh,
pounds.
so... Jeez.
Used
Right,
to.
okay.
Used to.
Incredible
Past
job.
tense.
Alright.
Yeah, anyway, let's not get into...
Anywho,
Well, next question was instantly to ask Dave how much you weighed, but let's avoid that.
No.
Let's
I lost a stone so far, so I'm not doing too bad.
look as in weight or a rock.
No,
Yeah,
not.
he had it in his shoe.
No. In weight, you dick. Yeah.
What happened to... Do we have links posted, Dave, for books
I've
to look
posted
at?
Stories in the chat I need to grab.
I brought my, well, not like I had to go anywhere, but I brought my author's copy I have.
Ooh,
I'm excited.
Cool.
You should play show and tell at some point.
Oh, you put the link in the YouTube chat because I'm looking in the private chat. It's not there. Are you going to start sharing your screen then, Dave?
hold on, look, I gotta get links. Right?
Come on, Dave, get it together.
I got
Yeah,
links.
come on, Dave. We're waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry, mister. I got 12 pieces open and I can't run a fucking video. What are you saying? Am I right in saying, is that the right one?
Shit.
Right. I am now looking to share my screen, I guess. Share screen. Boom.
Ah,
There we go.
Thank
So,
you, Eudaimonia. I appreciate you putting the link in the private
Yeah.
chat. I'll put that
Yeah.
in.
Is that
Right.
the one? That's the one Rob's
genau.
sharing.
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
Let's have a look at this one first, just because it's ready
Alright.
first.
Yeah. So, Eddie, you wanna talk us through this?
Am I Eddie?
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't actually know what your name is.
Oh, it's JP.
Eddie Money. Eddie.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Rob, shut. What was your name?
JP.
JP. Okay, there we go. That's better. JP. Now we know. I don't have to keep
Yeah.
saying Eudaimonia all the time because I will say
yeah,
it wrong
so-
horribly.
This is the book I'm currently working on. It's called Noirlem, which is a mix of Harlem and noir. It takes place in 1920s old New York, and it's about it's basically the origin story of a private detective named Coleman Carmichael, who teams up with another fella to hunt down the Hudson River Killer.
Cool. Okay.
Alright.
This is based on the Hudson River Killer. That sounds kind of realistic. Was there a Hudson River Killer?
No, it's a new
Oh,
character.
okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That
You
just
know,
means they
we've-
did a good job of making it believable.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool.
Just scroll down a bit, Rob, if you're screen
Yep.
sharing.
Can do. Can do.
So, let's
Right
have a look.
then.
So this is just in mailing list stage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's currently in production. I'm doing kind of a long mailing list, trying to get
Mhm.
as many people excited as I can. If you join the mailing list, and here's the best part, if you scroll down a little bit,
Yep.
people on the mailing list are going to get, if we keep going, there it is on the left.
Yeah. Zippo.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's great.
Uh-huh.
some people are doing bookmarks, some people do stickers. I'm doing a nice detective Zippo.
Wow. That's pretty original. What, how did you come up with that?
Honestly, I just thought I just think they look cool, and I
Yeah.
looked into how much it would be to get like a bunch of them made. Because you're not, you know how you go to mail something and they say like, is anything liquid, fragile, or potentially hazardous?
Yeah.
If you're just getting the shell with the wick, you know, it doesn't cost
Yep.
that much to get to like just a bunch of them made at the same time. So
Uh-huh.
there you go.
All right. Cool. That's pretty ingenious. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
Alrighty. Ready. You know what? What I could do, because my system's set up so, and we've tried this before, I'm going to pull out my speaker. So the sound quality might not be fantastic, but what I can do is I can play the YouTube. Shall I do that for you, JP?
Do the one at the top.
The one at the top.
Yeah, there's two in there, but I like this one a
Okay.
little bit better. They both have my terrible voice acting, so.
All right. Let me see if I can get my audio up a little bit. Right. Okay. So let me know that you can hear us. Okay. All right.
You were right. 4 murders, all things similar, but nothing in common, apart from them being young ladies alone at night. White, save for Miss Gutierrez, a single gunshot, save for the 2 and Mrs. Masters. All of them leaving work, save for Mrs. Hurston. All long-haired past the shoulder, except for Masters. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that. And all shot from the front, assuming they fell back, save for Hurston. Any idea what type of gun was used? Cartridges found at the scene for Masters and Gutierrez, 38. Oh, that's no help. Can't swing a cat in Manhattan town without hitting one of those. But still, it tells us something. Masters and Gutierrez were the first 2, meaning he wasn't picking up cartridges, but now he is. He's learning. So you believe me then? This is one person. I wouldn't say I believe you just yet. Frankly, it's irrelevant. Well, how's that? Because if you're wrong, then it's just time wasted. But if you're right, it means we have 4 days to get this bastard before he strikes again.
There's nothing else there. I just like the tune.
I saw that there's so much more time on the YouTube, and I thought, okay, there's something coming. There's something coming.
It's
Nah, I
nice
just
and
couldn't cut it off
relaxing
in the
music though.
Yeah, we can just chill with the music in the. Too late. Right.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into like just research and trying to give it that old New York feel to it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. So it's like it's a detective story more than any other theme genre.
Yeah, I would say it's like a noir detective thriller.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't see too much of that lately, so that's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, the thing is though is that you do. There's so many detective TV shows on the air right now, so it's something that people enjoy and people like returning to, and that I've seen so much of that it felt very natural to kind of fall into that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Is this all drawn by yourself and coloured by yourself? And
No, the cover is being done by Kane White, and the interior art is being done by Roque Roel, and colors by Miriam Yasser.
All right. Cool.
all of those names sound familiar, but I'm not quite sure how.
Yeah, we're a new band.
Okay, I know Kane White's done a lot of work for people. His work's superb, I know that. Yeah, no, this is really cool, actually. Right up my street.
Mm-hmm.
I love the war type stuff.
And let's see, the
This is my
this is number
catalog
2.
right here.
Yeah.
So the first two there, that's Eudaimonia. The two on the right are How to Die, and this will be my third property.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
So you've
cool.
already done some... were they all crowdfunded as well?
Yep. Eudaimonia was a World War I story, and then How to Die is a horror.
Okay. So these are 2 variant covers, are they? 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. Cool. Okay. And so how long have you been in the game?
I think I started in like 2019 is when I ran my first campaign, so still pretty new.
Okay.
But before that, I was doing, I was mostly getting poetry published, doing short stories and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Poetry's my jam.
Yeah.
And so with...
Yes, it's me, Comics Mate. Mwah.
So with these books then, so on this campaign, is there a chance to get your past works as well? So the How to Die and everything on there, or is it just purely the Noirlem?
Yeah, no, I did a bundle on my last campaign for everything.
Yeah.
The only thing is, unfortunately, I'm running out of copies of Eudaimonia, so there's going to be plenty of How to Die there to buy, but Eudaimonia is starting to get like really limited. And if you look in the picture there, you see that edition 1 stamp on the cover. That's basically to kind of signify that you got the first edition of it, and I'm kind of running out of those. So when the campaign launches, if you want to check out the past stuff, I'll have digitals, but if you want a physical copy of Eudaimonia, it's going to be like really limited. I think I'm going to have like 5 left for this campaign.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, that sounds like it's going to be a higher tier then to get those. Cool. Okay. Good. Did you want us to show the other video as well?
That's up to you. It's basically, I mean, if you want to hear that song again, maybe.
Is it the dialogue? Is the dialogue the same?
No, it's different. It's a different scene. I was just kind of playing around with giving people like little teasers of information about the killer and tracking them down, and so it is a different scene, but same music.
So let's play it. I'll dig the music.
Fair enough. All right, here we go.
Where are we going? Morningside Heights. You want to tell me why? You ever gone out and killed some people before? No. Ever known someone who has? Ever arrested someone like that? Spoken to them for even a moment? No. Yeah, well, neither have I. No idea what would live in that man's head. But if I really try to put myself there, one thing I know for certain is that the first time I went and did it, it'd be a little bit closer to home than all the others. Why would you do that? Well, I wouldn't precisely. But after that first time, I'd be a little braver, go a little further, somewhere less familiar. A pattern is made without even realizing. And that pattern points us back to where it all started, with Mrs. Dorothy Masters of Morningside Heights. Well, say hello to the last moments of one Dorothy Masters.
Well, let's see how much more music we've got going on there. Oh yeah, cool. Alrighty. Do you already have an idea of when you're going to be launching the campaign? Is it weeks, months?
I would say it's probably months, but it's just I wanted to do something a little bit differently and like have the build up be kind of a slow burn and just give people like slow drip, like little teasers and things to kind of get them excited for it, rather than trying to rush through and just get as many people signed up for the mailing list at once. Like just take my time a little bit, do things a little bit more proper.
Yeah, hang on a sec. I think I'm onto something here. Right. Okay. So what brought you to this neck of the woods to make a comic book about 1920s Harlem?
If I'm being honest, I when I went to school,
You got to do the accent though. You got to like 1920s
okay.
like detective.
I thought it was a real question.
No, it was a real question. I just thought we could all try to get into like. So I looked him up and down, and I thought, maybe he's got something here.
That sounds more like an erotic novel.
So I looked Dave up and down.
It's muted. You didn't hear me. I said 50 Shades of Rob. Damn.
Michael McCartney says, if he remembers right, How to Die wasn't fulfilling physically outside of the US.
Oh no, it definitely did. I sent those books went out to countries I've never interacted before. I think I had a couple people in Poland, some people in Chechnya bought some of it. So no, it did physical.
Oh, that's good then.
Cool.
You were wrong,
There's something I always think is really cool about sending a book to somewhere you've never been, who English isn't even the first language. And even though, like, with the shipping, it's absolutely taken a bite out of the margins, there's just something really cool about sending your book somewhere that far away.
Chechnya.
Hey?
What a time.
Yeah, well, yeah. So there's a comic fan in Chechnya with your work. That's kind of
right.
cool.
Yeah, no, like that thought is like really cool to me.
Totally. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. No, that's really cool, man. I've signed up, so I look forward to seeing the campaign.
Yeah, the only bummer is those videos that I'm doing, they're all in black and white. It is going to be in color. I know that's a big thing. And the color is something I take, because my last book was had black and white interior, so I don't want people to look at those teasers and get the wrong idea about them. It's going to be color and it's going to be gorgeous.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so the link to the mailing list is in the chat, courtesy of our very own Bristolian Dave. He's actually on it today, unlike me.
I'm always
yeah.
So before we move on to Dory, right, this is my first haiku of the night.
Oh god.
Comics in Harlem. Set 100 years ago. Oh no, that's I'm missing 2 syllables. No, okay, set 100.
No, you were right.
Ago. No, it's right.
Yeah, you just can't count.
Comics in Harlem set 100 years ago. That is Noirlem. I had to stretch out the Noirlem. It's not my proudest moment, but
You could have also closed with, and there's a Zippo.
and there's a Zippo. Yeah, right. Wouldn't have rhymed with Harlem though, and I know that like haiku don't have to rhyme, but I'm just kind of thinking would be.
It does not.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't rhyme or make much sense, but it's still technically a haiku.
Yeah, I think I just wrote words on a PowerPoint.
Oh, right, so before we jump into these, we was given prompts as to what our haikus had to be about. some people got better prompts than other people.
Yeah, who supplied these prompts anyway?
I got a word I'd never even heard of before.
It was not me.
I've never heard of my word before either. I've got to scroll through all the random bollocks we were chatting about earlier.
Right.
I did screenshot it and send to Rob, so that was like
Oh, you did?
right.
Yeah,
there,
it's in the
right
Twitter
above the
feed.
chat. Made it nice and easy for you.
Mm.
Piece of shit.
Hold on a
Shit.
minute. Okay, so, Rob, your prompt word was bampot.
Yeah. Which I found out about 10 minutes ago. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It's been in the chat for hours,
Wait,
you know.
Hold
What's
on,
the
hold
word,
on,
Rob?
We do our homework, Rob.
What's the word?
Yeah, you do sometimes. Say it again, Dory.
What's the word?
Bird.
Bampot.
What does that mean?
Fool, right?
Yeah, it's like Scottish. Right.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
just curious.
yeah, BAMPOT. Not a military leader in Cambodia. Right. So, here we go. Regional phrases confuse and confound a lot. Who gave me Bampot?
That was quite good.
Bambot
That was-
is a
that was
Scottish
pretty
word
good.
for idiot. Thank you, Graphic Goose. I'm a word junkie. Like I go to old Webster. I have a really old dictionary that I found at a library that I bought. It's from the 1800s, and I will go to that before I'll go to the internet sometimes.
Oh yeah, the internet's terrible though, because every time you
Yeah,
look
the
for a word-
meanings of words have been so watered down. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, Dave's were, well, Dave had Gail Simone. So,
I don't know what someone gave me this. I was like, okay.
Gail
No.
Simone. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, she's a comics pro apparently. Women in fridges. Talent is under question. Hate in the male gaze. And that's it. I didn't know what I was doing.
I like that.
Brilliant.
I like the effort with PowerPoint. That's amazing. It's actually that's huge
Extra points.
extra points. Right? Like huge extra points.
I'm
I
winning.
shared my screen if you guys wanted to put I don't know when I'm next or when I'm up, but mine are in the thing. I wrote the second one about you guys long before I came on the show or was given the prompt. These men enthrall me with their delicious embrace of my heart and art.
Wow.
Wow. That was my haiku for the bargain bin men.
We appreciate that.
And the top one, my word, oh my god, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It means being ready for a fight. Oh, what's the word? Do you have it, Jacob? Do you mind being called Jacob? I'm sorry. I heard Rob say that people don't pronounce your name correctly, so tell me how to pronounce it.
I'm happy with anything.
You're
Bampot.
happy.
Even Bampot.
Hold on, I'm going to Arya's message. I'm sorry. It is, I need my glasses. Holy crap.
Yeah, holy crap is an old word.
Bellicose?
Oh, bellicose.
Bellicose, it's a, and I may be pronouncing it incorrectly, but it's a word that means basically being ready for a fight. And so
belligerent.
my haiku is whether hell's fire or heaven's kiss comes to play, be savage all day.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And you know what's really cool about that word, and I know I'm stealing the show because I'm taking up the time with 3 haikus, but in my book is a haiku that's written that is exactly that word. I told Arya, I'm like, I already wrote a haiku for that word. The haiku in the book is sweet girl I am, yes, don't underestimate me. Cut a bitch. I will.
Oh, okay.
So both of those serve the purpose of that word. So there you go.
Cool.
I
Nice.
think we can tell some people are better at this than others.
Yeah, people have had practice, right?
Hey, I didn't write a haiku until last year in part of a writing assignment workshop that I did because my goal is to learn to write every form of poetry. That is ultimately my goal.
Ooh,
And I
I'll
started
have a
with
new one for you then.
what? Well, let me get the sonnet out of the way.
Okay.
I got my projects have projects. No offense. Like, yeah, I'm like kind of gung ho about the sonnet right now, but
Okay,
but
so
yeah,
I had, is it okay to go or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was getting, it's apparently a custard. So the first thing I did is looked up like what a blancmange is, and it showed me that there's some kind of dispute over its origins. Apparently, some people think it originated in the Middle East. So the first thing I did is I took the assignment to do a haiku, and instead of doing a haiku, I did another kind of poem called a guzzle. Does anybody know what a guzzle is?
I know
It's
the
a
name.
Guzzle.
I haven't written one yet.
Ghazal. It's from 7th century Arabia, and the idea is it's actually really good for wordplay. So it's a series of couplets in which the last word of every couplet is the same word. So you can actually play around with.
Jack, mute yourself, for freak's sake.
I think that was actually a haiku.
Nice.
So I wrote a guzzle of 5 couplets to try and use the word blancmange like as many different ways as I could.
Okay.
So this is my guzzle.
I'm probably thinking the same thing, Guzzle.
Rob
I
has
know.
a guzzle every night.
You get people staring at you. Would you like?
I'm like, that word makes me want to blush. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm gonna get my guzzle out.
So it's basically about it's a soldier thinking of home, basically.
Okay, cool.
Last night I dreamed of heaven's sweetest dream, nestled on your bosom, soft like blancmange. We walked the rocky path along rolling sun-peaked hills, your cheeks paled in light like creamy blancmange, and sat under a weeping willow with some bread, cheese, wine, and an almond blancmange. God sent this dream to prepare me, I think, for when, like a spoon passing through blancmange, the bullets cut me down, and in my mind the world turns thick and cloudy like blancmange.
Nice.
You know, I've got
All
a very deep appreciation for blancmange after that, I gotta say.
Yeah, me too.
But then I also wrote an actual haiku about blancmange, but it doesn't use the word, it's just titled blancmange.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to use a prompt word. Sorry.
So here's my haiku. Creamy and full body, luscious and soft to the touch. Dessert looks good too.
That took a second to click there. I was like, what? No, that was really good.
Yeah, cool.
Mike wants to know, did you kill the spider?
No, the spider was that small, I can't even see it.
Oh, well.
I'm happy with anything. Gonna call him anything from now on. I was reading Graphic Goose's comment.
Yeah. Graphic Goose also says Pol Pot was a Bampot. Yeah, but it's all right. But he did go on to win Britain's Got Talent.
That was that opera singer dude, wasn't it?
Anyway.
The Americans won't get that. I'm
Anywho.
sorry.
Anyway.
Shut Rob. Right.
Right. My prompt word was yoni.
Nice! Yes! Someone got Yoni!
Hang on. Only the yoni.
Hold on.
The way
Wait.
I feel tonight.
I want to know what the fuck's I'm sure you'd like to know. A god or a vagina? This is This is no bloody clue.
It's not your haiku, yeah?
That's my
Fucking
haiku.
rad. That is fucking rad. Like when I saw the Twitter post about this, about people writing haikus, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be good." And I really enjoyed all of your haikus, but that fucking takes the cake because that's totally like if I could have ever thought of anyone writing a haiku to like be involved with me somehow, this is perfect. This is
There you go,
perfect.
Chad.
You
got
can have
talent,
it with my
you never knew you
blessing.
had, mate.
And the answer to the second line is both.
Well, now we know. We've learned
Technically,
something
it's a church. Technically, it's a place of worship.
I
They're both.
agree.
You know, you can think you're an addict to drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, or whatever, but there's a term called pink dope. There is no drug on this planet more powerful than pink dope.
I will take your word for that.
All of it, like when all the guys on the show gets
welcome,
up,
Pops.
like, oh shit!
Totally.
Hey, yo, pops!
Yeah, but what you
Don't worry, I
gotta be
don't
aware
wanna-
of is possibly Jacobus missus is listening.
I'll be leaving you guys to go to Pop's show and later. That's
well,
really good. I love this.
yeah, so should we have a look at the campaign?
Pink dope graphic is yes.
Go
Pink
for it.
dope. That's what I said. Pink dope. Hey, a youngster said it to me. They were in their 20s, and I'm like, explain the meaning of this word. And when they said what it was, I am like, oh yeah, that checks out. Because they are actually that whole thing about the strongest thing to get addicted to on the planet is pink dope. That was not my quote. That was the quote from this young 20-something-year-old guy. And he told me what it meant, and I'm like, checks out. Checks out.
That it does.
I can't spell back.
That's okay. La Premier Tome.
Back is just.
It is a French spelling.
Sí, señorita. Sí, so I said sí. I answered you in Spanish. Yeah, so, I write haikus as part of a writing workshop thing I was in last year. I wanted to learn how to write different forms of poetry, and technically there were like 36 or 37 prompts in this workbook, and I only did 10. So I said I would start with the easy poem, and the haiku it was not easy at the beginning. Like I could write one now almost the first try without having to recount syllables, but that was not my story last year. But Le Premier Tome is French for the first volume, and it's part of a series of haiku books I'm planning to do called Les Amours Déshabillés, which is French for love undressed. And so that's the plan, is to write haiku poems that represent love, loss, sex, passion, all of the above. That's that's all my jam. So earlier, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, I'm on a stream because I'm a live stream junkie, as you guys have probably figured out. I'm all in the chat with y'all. Hey, hi. And Mike Jimmy Lorsha de Bruyne inspired me to get my children's books out because I have an aspiration to illustrate them. And then we're talking about illustration, and Pop says, "Hey, you should illustrate your poetry." And one thing led to another, and that's exactly what I did. And illustrated poetry, and actually comic books is not a new thing. I'm not the first person to do one like this. I've done some research. I can't quote any names right now, but I have 2 in my Amazon and my shopping list. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, nothing. I just said hi because that was basically what I was for like an entire year. Like, so you're doing poetry in comic books?
No, yeah, I would not call this a comic book by any stretch of the imagination. However, so when I sat down to do this, as it was prompted to me, I originally did 10 singular pages of art for each haiku. And I love you guys, and I'm seeing comic book artists, and I'm on streams with comic book artists, and I have a lot of comic book friends now, and I get it in my head. I'm like, what would be rad would be to illustrate an image for each line of the haiku. And so the book also has 10 pages of story panel pages where each page of the book has the artwork telling the story or conveying the message or conveying the emotion of the haiku. Woo! Hi.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring it.
Google doesn't know what pink dope is either. That's funny. So yeah, so that's the general idea of the series, of the book, Le Premier Tome. And I called it a graphic illustrated haiku series because I took the images, the scans, the high quality color scans of the paintings. I hand painted everything. And I use some digital coloring. I'm branching into the world of digital coloring. I'd never worked in digital before. And so the images in the book are enhanced. They're graphically enhanced, and they are, different than the actual original art. They're still talking about pink dope in chat. This is fucking crazy.
I'm sure they will be. They will be all night.
Right. And each book, each volume has 2 editions. That first featured perk is the book itself in color, full color. There's an equivalent duplicate exact book of the exact same material that is a coloring book, and that is another perk in the campaign, as well as the digital copies of one or the other, or someone can get both if they want. Anyone who backs a physical perk is going to get the digital versions. So you can definitely ask for the digital and just get the digital, but if you back a physical perk of some kind, you will get the digital automatically. There's also some original art in there. Some of the perks come with the original pages of art from the series, whether it's the sketched, inked original. Probably after about the second page, I decided to color copies as opposed to coloring the inked, sketched originals. So the hand-painted pieces they're still hand-painted artwork, but they are not the original sketch. And the reason for that is because I got a real appreciation for what some of the guys were talking about on streams when they were looking at original art, original sketch pieces, original that. And I was like, they're still both original pieces of art. So that's what I did. Then I have some posters that are sneak peeks of my next book. It's done. I'm just putting it together. The artwork it's all done in the sense that I've done the pages. So that one of the original pieces in here is from my next book. Then that Walking After Midnight painting is an original watercolor acrylic on canvas. And it is actually... Oh, no, not that one. I'm sorry. It's the next one, I think. The one called Bridges. That one. My other intention is to take all of these really, I created some things that I had no plans of creating artistically when I did this book. And so there's a lot of individual panels I plan to bring to life on canvas, and Bridges is one of them. Bridges was one of the panels on a story panel page in the book. And I brought it to life on canvas. That's a canvas piece of the same. It doesn't look the same, but it does. If you look at both pictures, you'd know where I got. They're both original. They came out of nowhere. Most of my art comes out of here. So I was pointing to my head.
Oh, very cool.
And then, I don't know. Let's see what else I got in there. Oh, one of my favorites, and I love that someone backed it, was I will write a personalized, unique haiku for a backer, and they can get that along with a digital creation. But there's another perk level where they can get the haiku, the same personal, unique haiku, but I will do the artwork, and they can actually be in volume 2. I think it's the one right there. I'm not a collaborating kind of person. I've never collaborated with people. I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying, okay?
Mine! Go away! It's mine!
Right there, Rob. So one of the, and I think you passed it, but it's okay. But one of the levels is 5 people can pay to have a haiku written for them with all the artwork that I will conceive, and they'll get all of the artwork, and they'll have that. And I think I put one in here where they can actually, I think I have one perk where someone can write the haiku. That's the, selfish me. I'll put one perk in there. If no one gets it, no one gets it. And if they get it, all right, I'll share. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do the haiku with the digital creation, like what's on there, they'll get a print. I'm going to print those and send a glossy print.
Oh, it's really
And
cool.
that haiku you just passed, She is a Warrior, that was a personalized haiku that I created to honor Christy Shin. She is the person this haiku is about. She is a warrior, unleashing freedom and form with ingenious storm. That is Christy Shin.
Cool.
Creator and writer and illustrator of Demon Bitch.
Where
Hi,
did we
Mark.
meet you?
What, hun?
Where did we meet you two? We met you two both at the same time. Was it with Pops a couple of weeks ago? Or I'm trying to remember.
Me? Maybe.
Yes, you and Christy Shin at the same time, wasn't it? I don't know. Okay.
It's possible.
I was just trying to remember.
Massively distracted by the graphic goose's innocence in the chat.
I think that Pops was opening the original artwork, maybe, that I had sent him.
Right, okay.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has an original hand-painted piece as well as a sketched, inked piece.
Cool.
Of the same panel page. One of the Pops. And this is the one that every now and then on the right, the poster that you guys used in the thumbnail, that is every now and then is the name of that. The original artwork is in this campaign as well as the posters, and I put those in there. They're not in the book, but they are in the book I'm working on, and so it's a sneak peek for whoever gets those. They're going to get it before that ever even goes to publishing.
All right. Okay.
I spent ages trying to put Dave's face on that woman for the thumbnail, but it just wasn't working.
I love that you used her in the thumbnail, because when I was doing I finished the haiku series and I started illustrating the book I'm currently on, and I've lost count of the hours of live streaming art I've done since this whole process. This piece in particular got the most attention from my live streams, and I've already sold 2 posters because for some reason it just struck people differently than other pieces that I've done. I don't, maybe the colors, maybe the kiss, I don't know. The female form.
Okay.
Sex sells. I'm just saying.
It does.
What size is the book going to be? I mean, page size, because obviously with art you want it to be like that bit bigger, right?
Correct.
Not just regular comic book size.
Yeah, so my author's copy, I love this size. This is, I want to say it's a 10, it's like a 7. It's a really off number. It's like 7.5 something and by 10 point something. And that's because I did it with no bleed or with bleed. And so it is a big, and the coloring book is going to, but to answer your question, Rob, I'm looking, and I just looked at this today, at making it an 8.5 by 11.
Right.
For that, because of the coloring.
In the UK, 8.5 is 20 is. Hang on a sec, because we do centimeters in the UK, don't we? Right.
Oh yeah. So an 8.5 11's the size of a copy sheet paper that you put in a printer.
21. So like 22 centimeters by 11 would be 27 centimeters. Right. Yeah. All right.
And it would, like, I have a comic book. I have Luke Stone's Hybrids, right? And it was the first comic book I had bought. No offense to you youngsters, but it was the first comic book I had bought since I had bought an Archie's. Okay, I bought an Archie's off of one of those spin racks in some store sometime in my teens. Okay, that was the last time I had bought an actual comic book. So I'm holding Hybrids, and it's just gorgeous. It's an absolute gorgeous piece, that comic book. But I said the exact same thing Rob just pointed out. I'm not going to go that small. It's too, especially for the story panel pages, it would not make any sense. You won't be able to see the individual pieces of art that are in each of those panels.
Mm-hmm.
Stretch. You went past my illustrated drawings of me doing yoga. I thought it was adorable that right when I thought about the stretch goals, I just did a cartoon on my webtoons about the flip bend. The words are here, but not to be too graphic, but in my comic book, or excuse me, my webtoons, my comedy webtoons, the connotation of the flip and bend and fold isn't about stretch goals. It's not about yoga. But that's what I used for my illustrations.
Different kind of stretch goals.
Exactly. Yeah, the best kind, right? So anyone, if I was at this point actually, and I don't know if it's just when I looked at this earlier, my percentage was much higher than it is now. So I don't know why that's different.
When you say percentage, you mean the
funding?
Okay.
When you got in there, the funding on your end was lower than what I'm seeing.
Yeah, ours is because mine's in pounds, so it's $581.
Oh, I see. Okay, is that because it's British pounds?
Yeah, it's like
Okay. So the reason I was even pointing that out is because at 50%, it meant that anyone who backed, whether you back digital or otherwise, you get a 5x7 postcard of Sweet Girl.
Oh, nice.
And then I think it's 75% will be doing the and a patch. Excuse me. At 50%, you get the postcard and a patch. The physical backers. Speed Dory stickers. I love her. She's one of my favorites. I designed her. She's not really a part of the book, but she is. She's basically me, but it's a homage. And I think if you scroll down, you can see a bigger version of her. She is, there she is. She is, I paid homage to Marilyn Monroe. That is the white dress, and she's standing over the grate. Paid homage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My namesake, now I existed before the fucking fish. Okay, everyone, I am the original Dory. But you bet I'm going to steal it, And then, of course, she's in a Speed Racer helmet.
Yep.
And that is to pay homage to my comedic Amazon beauty comic book. I intend to co-partner with an artist at some point and do. She'll probably be a character in it. Is this Dory that's all about getting it fast. I'll put it that way.
Hello. Oh no, matron, not my trousers.
So I'm doing a sheet of stickers of her, and then if we get fully funded, there's other stuff in there. But yeah,
cool.
So exciting.
Nice.
And she's gone. She's already been backed, but I want to show her off. But this is Olive. This is the painting that was in the campaign. She was taken within the first hour that I launched on Saturday. She is the cover of Volume 2. She's going to be on the cover of Volume 2.
We would
make Dory bigger.
I don't think Jacobus is there, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. We just have to
he's doing his fatherly deeds.
Yeah. So she went. I mean, she really is the main reason I'm over half's with gold right now.
So how are you going to transport the frame? Are you going to take it apart and roll it, or how's that going to work?
No, I shipped. I shipped a similar size of this to my godmother, and won't give any of my backers' information away, but he's someone who I can send it to pretty relatively easy.
Okay,
but yeah,
cool.
Oh yeah, it'll be boxed. I'm kind of crazy.
Really? Get away with ya!
I wouldn't show people my art until 6 years ago. Okay.
What?
So any of what you see behind me on the wall, like that, you might as well be asking me to ship a kid. I'm that picky about it.
It's mine. Get away. It's mine.
100%, Rob. That is so me. I'm like, I would, I did. The first person that ever, other than my children, a lover or an ex-husband, I had a boyfriend 6.5 years ago I was dating, and he was the first person who had seen something I had painted or sketched that was not an immediate close person. And he like, what? You can do this? And he was an artist who did paintings on surfboards. And his encouragement is what got me to finally start showing my stuff. And my very first piece, once I actually put it out there, I created the Facebook page. I created the name of the Doris Jones Labors of Love. The very first week, one of my pieces called Namaste was sold. Someone snatched it right up.
Nice.
It's a painting of man's praying hands. So, and I've been doing it, like I've been doing this ever since. And I didn't do any live streaming of me painting until Mother's Day of this year.
Oh,
because
okay.
I wouldn't let people see me paint. Maybe my kids could see me paint, but that was about it. And I started following Christy Shin like in February, I think, and then Rich Parada shortly thereafter. And between the two of them, I got the courage and the confidence and the whatever I needed inside to come on live and let people see that part of the process. Because for me, letting anyone see that part of the process, and I don't care how sexually liberated I am, because I am, that to me was like you asked me to go masturbate in public. That's how personal that is to me. It really is. And I didn't want to.
Just 1 second. Calm down, Goose. Calm down. Yeah, so please carry on.
Goose. I'm sorry for the chatters. I get on. I realize being on here as a guest, I don't really look at the chat like I do when I'm in the chat. Does that make sense? Oh, so anything else you want to know? I'm kind of over me already. The week's not over.
Yeah.
Did that happen to you guys when you were promoting things and doing stuff out there? Do you get over yourself? You're like, I don't want to talk about me anymore.
Yeah, because you have to talk about the same thing over and over again. I mean, there's a lot to talk about me, to be fair. But as a no, it does get a bit monotonous and sort of like you're like, I swear I've told all you people this before, and you just keep going. It's like, no,
it's hard because you're trying to make yourself sound competent and skilled, but it's such a huge contrast between how you actually like. I don't like when I get done a stream. I'm usually more just like, yeah, you suck, and just go back into that mindset.
Yeah.
I it's rare that I'm plagued with that. But I did tell this story last night. I got to paint last night, and Lola came on with me, and we got to have a really rad conversation. And the conversation was about all kinds of things. But one of the things I shared with her was that when I started this haiku series, I start painting and sketching on paper again. I had gone to canvas ages ago, and it literally made me crazy. Like I lost like all kinds of confidence. I was second guessing everything. I was in this total doubt about what my worth was as an artist, yada, yada, yada. And during one of my live streams, these things I never did before, I'm in the middle of one of the haiku pieces that's in here. So whoever gets the original sketched inked page of that particular haiku is going to get my tears in it, because I cried and some of my tears dropped on the page.
Ooh,
and
DNA, you can get cloned in a couple of years.
Well, if you're going to clone someone, Rob, I'm just saying. I do make really Amazon children. So if they can clone me and make babies with me, I mean, I am 5'10" and I am the Amazon beauty. So I have the best DNA if you're trying to build a football team. I'm just saying.
Well, can we just
my
clarify?
oldest is 6'4", and he went to PLU. He's playing football for PLU. My youngest is almost 6 foot, and he's not even 16 yet. So yeah, I cried for 45 minutes live during a live art stream, and I am that girl that will not go dark in the night. I'm not going anywhere, man. And I sat there and I cried while I painted, because I literally said to myself, you wouldn't even paint live until Mother's Day, little girl. You are not getting off this stream. I cried for 45 minutes while I painted on the line. And that does masturbating in front of one person count? Not exactly. If they're a stranger, that's public. If it's someone you know, that's not public.
Yeah, if it's your mum, Goose, you've got issues.
I'm hoping it was by accident, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So what I got to tell Lola was that the very next night when I went to draw, I didn't even plan it. My hands went to my charcoal pencils that were next to my bed. And charcoal was my first medium. That was my first love, art. You know, like it was the first thing I used for art. And I did a piece that night, and that's another one that's in here. I did it fully with charcoal, and every single bit of confidence came back like that. And if you're an artist, you could probably relate. Something about going back to my roots, going back to what my hands were used to, going back to that part of my brain in the back that had done it over and over and over and over. I told Lola last night, I'm like, it was like going back to bed with a lover that you know like everything about them. Like you've got all their moves down. It really was. And then after that it was smooth sailing the rest of the way. So
cool. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that bit about the.
That's not mom. Oh, that's funny. The graphic.
It's just hypothetical. Oh my god.
Let's
you know. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that the whole. Yeah.
I kind of miss the days where I hadn't done something, you guys. So for you youngsters out there, try not to rush to like experiment, okay? Because I kind of miss it sometimes. I sit there and I listen to things and I listen to what people say and I'm like, yeah, what? Like you're shocked. Where have you been? Under a rock? Yeah, you get past a certain age, you're like, I wish I had kept some of my innocence.
Yeah.
So,
life lessons for you, Goose.
There you go.
Yeah,
this looks really cool, guy.
Do you like it?
I really like it. I do. And I have put the link in the chat for everyone. So make sure you guys go and back it. Where's my chat not up there?
Right, my take on a haiku for Dory Jones. Ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Dory Jones poems collected in one volume. Stretch, la drogue, and rose.
I love it. I think I commented on Aria's Twitter that it would be super rad to do a special edition volume of the haikus from today, like a comedic, like here's all the, like if I took all the haikus you guys wrote and sat down with them. This is what I did when I wrote these haikus. I sat down with the haiku in front of me and I channel. I do this muse channel thing. And I don't know if an artist out there can relate, but man, like the page talks to me, the words talk to me, and then my hands go to work, and then it's an art piece. So, but yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. For sure.
All right.
I've been really quiet, but I've been in a panic looking up whether, because you know how in French some adjectives go before words and some go after words.
Are you trying to correct me, Mr. Editor?
I was panicked, but no, I just had to know because it would be like, and yeah, so, no, yours is right, but I was panicking. Je ne sais pas toutes les langues, mais je sais un peu de.
Il est mort de Seville.
Oui.
Oh,
and I appreciate that because I grew up 45 minutes outside of New Orleans. I did not know how to speak French, but I know a lot of people that do. So when I not only use Google Translate about 1,000 fucking times, I call my brother and I'm like, I need your stepfather on the phone because my brother doesn't speak French, but his stepdad does. And so, yes, I am. Oh, this is what I was going to say earlier. I am that girl that took a Japanese poem and Frenched it with my flavor. That is what I did.
Over on my channel, I do like creative nonfiction, where I'll tell like stories of things that have happened to me, but put them, try and put them into like a really cohesive story. So one I did a couple weeks ago was called 3 Cities, 3 Stories, and you might enjoy my New Orleans story.
That would be awesome. The book that I'm working on now, it's written and most of the artwork is done, and now it's kind of putting it together, and RJ and I have had a few conversations about it. It's what they call a poetic narrative story collection. The poems in this book are not just a regular poem. They're a narrative story told in a poetic way, and a lot of the poems in the book are about my childhood. The name of the book is This Is Not Emotional Burlesque, which basically is I am going to be as emotionally naked as you can think of. And the book is it's like all of these stories of a lot of things that happened in a not so graphic in your face way because of the poetry. I know I can own the fact that that's my buffered way of sharing my horrific childhood. No child should go through what I went through as a kid. No human, male, female, or otherwise, should ever have done to them what was done to me. And I get to live and breathe today and be grateful for life. And that everything else is gravy. Everything else is a cherry on top.
Well, my New Orleans story is about a stripper and her chicken tenders.
All right. I will have to look into this.
It's like real deep, and then it's like stripper and chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll translate that into British English. Filet mignon.
Oh man. Well, you guys, I am actually scheduled to hop off right off of this show and onto Pops. I feel like my single dating life from my youth is back.
What can I say?
It's kind of enjoyable. Live
I'm
every day like it's your last.
I'm also scheduled to not pee my pants, so I'll probably have to jump off here.
I think we're about.
He needs a human break.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, this
I
is
really
about
do.
the time
I want you-
we wrap up anyway.
Okay.
So,
I want you guys to know how much I appreciate the support, how much I appreciate your encouragement and your willingness to have me on and graced me with I'm really honored that you had me. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's
Thank you.
our pleasure.
And keep being funny because man, I dig it. When I'm in chat, I'm like, yeah, they're so funny. I love these guys. All right.
British humor, that's all that is.
Do you want anything else from me before I go?
She's looking at you, Dave.
No, Dave, as the Amazon Beauty would say, Dave is in the "What Up, Son" category. Too young. That's cute. All right, gentlemen.
You can wear that as a night.
Have a marvelous day.
Yeah, you
All right,
too. You
about
too.
it?
All the best. All the best
Yeah.
with your. Oh man, I almost missed out because, of course, Eudaimonia. Okay. If we had a Bristolian Dave, Eudaimonia, what do you call that? Like a
Crossover?
crisscross. Yeah, a crossover. Then Dave could introduce that because it's in the 1920s. All right, me flappers.
Oh, like the flapper dress from the 20s.
There you go. Yeah. I'm sure that
Yeah.
Dave was thinking of something else that flaps, and I know
Yeah.
that Goose was.
I think the fact that I'm 51 probably speaks to why I got that joke. Why I got that. No offense to you youngsters, though.
Ah, thanks. I like the way she calls me a youngster. Yeah.
She,
Of
she
course.
wasn't talking to you, Rob.
Age, and I've met people my age that are younger than some of the younger kids. Some of the younger kids are wound so tight. I'm like, I don't know what is up, there. But unless
it's
you're
down with
getting
the
off
kids.
of it, you needed to get it out.
Wait. Could you do that again, please, Rob?
It's down with the kids.
That's rad. Oh my god! All right, you guys.
That's being
Mwah. I'm gonna go.
All right.
Bye.
Rob,
Alrighty.
Rob,
Take
what's
good
on your
care.
shirt? Is that
Hey, what?
Capaldi? What's on your
Oh,
shirt? Is
yeah.
that Capaldi? Oh, nice.
It sure is.
I just was in a secondhand store the other day, and I found a.
What, darling?
I haven't gotten too into the Titan Doctor Who comics, But I
Right.
saw one, and it was written by Paul Cornell, so I absolutely had to pick it
Oh,
up.
I met him. I met him in Thought Bubble in 2016. Nice chap.
Yeah, he wrote probably my favorite two-parter of all time.
Yeah, cool.
Human Nature, Family of Blood.
Right.
Or no, he didn't. You know, he did write that. Sorry.
Yeah, I bought. What did I buy from him? He's got a story about UFOs, about aliens taking over the government, and I can't remember what the title of the comic is, but I got it hidden away in my collection here.
If you could
Do you know-
pick the next Doctor, who would it be?
Say again, sorry?
If they gave you the power to pick the next Doctor, who would it be?
That would be me, of course.
Oh, okay.
It'd have to be Dave.
He's a great Doctor.
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah.
Whoop, hang on a sec. And I'll share my screen. Boom. There you go. Right. Ta-da! Yeah, that's the t-shirt. I like to do a bit of self, not flagellation, self promotion as well by wearing these in the show. And it's nice to get somebody asking about it. So yeah, so there you go. And I'll put the link to this one in the chat as well. All right.
Yeah, I think Capaldi's Doctor is going to age like wine. Like, it wasn't at the time, I didn't really appreciate it, but it's getting better and better in hindsight. You know what I mean? Because I think his era was just really up and down. You know what I mean? Like, really great stories, but the arcs felt kind of flat, and then there was a lot of duds in there, too.
I think at the beginning, he came across as kind of Mr. Angry, just like Colin Baker had been in the 80s. Yeah. And I think that kind of like maybe made some people, myself included, a little bit wary. But yeah, I think that people warmed to him quite quickly.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm in the minority, but I was actually a huge Bill fan. I thought she was great.
Yeah, she was cute.
Everybody went I just thought there was a really good dynamic.
Yeah, cool.
All right, I have to say we're coming up to 9:30. As I say, we're usually wrapping up now, and stencil artist Jan has made it back into the chat, which is evidence that we're usually wrapping this up about now whenever he comes back.
Ask him if he's got a haiku.
Oh shit, yeah. Jan, if you're there, have you got a haiku that Rob is expecting you to come up with in 30 seconds or less?
Damn right. I've got a beginning of a haiku. I've got the first 5 what do you call them? The first 5 syllables. When Goose gets it on, and I'm trying to figure out what to carry that on.
I think it should have something to do with a corkscrew, right?
In a dark room. Oh, this is good. When Goose gets it on in a dark room on his own.
Okay, just a suggestion.
Or if you needed like a 7, like end of time would have begun.
6 syllables.
That's it. And
Corkscrews intertwined.
End of times is near. Oh, near. Are we taking that as 1 syllable or 2 syllables?
1.
There you go then. End of times is near.
No, fuck's sake, Goose.
I don't get it on. Nobody will let me try.
Sometimes you gotta pay for it, mate.
You got to share that, Jacobus. Otherwise, people will be listening to this and thinking, why are they laughing? Why are they laughing?
I'm more impressed because that's a haiku.
I don't get it on.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody will let me try.
Well done,
Oh!
He's done it.
All right.
There you go. Graphic Goose is officially a better poet than Jan, who still hasn't done one.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure
Alrighty.
you check out Dory's Le Premier Tome on Indiegogo that has
Good
been
friend.
posted in the chat right here. And also sign up to the mailing list for JP's Noirlem.
Jump on that mailing list. This book's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I've already
Yeah.
signed up, so I can't wait.
That's the. Yeah, I'll be signing up when I have listings open on my computer.
I don't smoke anything, but that lighter looks really cool. So I'm like,
The lighter does look cool, but
I'm a fire starter.
in the stage of attempting to quit
if
smoking
Rob backs
soon.
it, please don't send him a lighter. He's not responsible enough.
Well, guys, thanks a lot for
Rob,
having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all right,
Thank you very much for coming on.
When
You're
you
very, very welcome.
when you go live
Very,
or
very
something,
welcome.
then we'll
Yeah, no, definitely.
get you back on.
Rob, you've shared your T-shirt link in the private chat, not the.
Yeah, because I don't have the thing open. I don't have YouTube open. That's why.
Neither
So
do
if
I.
any- if somebody could, actually,
I've already
excuse
closed.
our figures.
Oh,
Hang on 1 second. Let me get. Doodle-doodle-doo. I will just to see us out. I will get a video, and of course, where is there? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. The syllables aren't right for a haiku.
oh,
Bargain bin show.
Jan's famous, poem.
Bristolly and Dave, Jack Obus, Go Tech.
Oh, that's
I
nice
think
as
it's.
well.
I think it's not. It's waxing lyrical.
He just likes slam poetry, I think.
Yeah.
The old slam poet.
Yeah.
Right.
We,
Don't think it
we
is.
don't. Yeah, we don't think it is, Mike.
I don't think so. It's just a good poem. I like it because it's got my name in it.
I don't know.
You're so easy, Dave. I love it.
I'm so easy.
It's a haiku in the sense that it's a terrible haiku.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There you go.
But it's
Oh,
got my name in it.
Right. Okay. Seeing as JP hasn't got his camera on, the gay wave that we usually do is not really going to work. So we'll just wave like this. But before you say goodbye, Jacobus, I've got my screen sharing. I've got my volume.
Apologise.
So this is something we could say goodbye to. All right.
okie doke.
Is you sharing? There you go. Seeing as we don't have Arya tonight, we miss him so much. He's not dead. He's just working. All right.
Yeah. No, it's only Jack that dies. Like when he's
Yeah.
alive.
And I'll
gonna
come back.
start playing now.